Hi everybody, it's Dara, and we are about to make some raw food, and I might be your only friend who would get on camera and not really know exactly what she's about to do. But I do know that I have the most gorgeous produce, and I have a couple of different ideas brewing on the island here. Both of them are gorgeous. So the first one I'm going to do, seems like what I'm going to do, is a Schisandra raspberry vinaigrette. And that is beautiful over a salad. And then the other thing I have going on, which will probably be the next video, is a chopped purslane, black-seeded Simmons lettuce with persimmon, cinnamon, nutmeg, avocado chopped up and put onto a butter leaf lettuce. All of these things I got at the farmer's market today. I thought I was going to do something with all of them, but as I was standing here kind of talking it out to the beautiful people I'm about to feed, I'm like, you know what? This doesn't seem, if I do a dressing, the dressing needs to go over a salad. And if I want to make a dressing for a chopped salad, then it has to be thicker to kind of hold together the ingredients. So avocado binds those things. So for now, this is going to be really great. We're going to do the dressing, and you're going to see how easy and how nutritious this is, because now I'm into this. I'm fascinated with using as much nutrition and supplements going into our food, because there's just so much time during the day, right? And we know that Schisandra is really good for us. Schisandra is a berry. It's got an enormous amount of antioxidants, and it is known to tonify all three treasures. And what does that mean? Basically, in traditional Chinese medicine, we have the Jing, the Qi, and the Shen, and all three need to be in balance. The Jing is like, I've heard it described as like, if we're a candle, the Jing is like the wax that contains the Qi. The Qi is the flame, the energy, and the Shen is the spirit, like the area above the flame. We want good Shen, we want good spirit, we definitely want good Qi, but without good Jing, like the container that holds it all, we're just all over the place. So all three are really important. And Jing is, you know, Qi can be built on, Qi can be created. Jing is something that depletes as we make our turns around the sun. So it's really important to get Jing going, you know, to boost our Jing. So this Schisandra berry is tart, and the best way to use it is with other antioxidants, other vitamin C components, which I have beautiful fresh raspberries. If you don't have fresh raspberries, then go ahead and use frozen. And so we have the Schisandra berry, we have the fresh raspberries. I'm thinking a beautiful lemon and orange juice combination. And my grandma used to make vinaigrettes, and onion, chopped onion, she always used for speed and ease. She used a lot of the onion, the dried onion pieces. We don't have that. That would have reminded me of Grandma Sylvia, but why not have the fresh onion? And we'll have the antimicrobial agents and the antifungal, and we'll get so much flavor. And when we use a lot of flavor, we crave less of the bad things that we have access to these days. Black pepper, definitely. I know what's missing from here now. Now I know. I've got the brightness, the citrus, the tang. I've got salt here, Himalayan salt. I've got olive oil. This is my favorite olive oil, Olifix. And what I'm missing here is a honey, a yacon syrup, a coconut sugar, a coconut paste. So I'm going to go reach behind into my cabinet that's newly organized and get some sort of sweetener to blend in. And the only thing that won't be blended in, everything's going to get blended except for the onions. I'm going to chop the onion really fine and add that. And that could sit in the refrigerator from 3 to 5 days. We could use a little, I don't know if we'll need water, but that salad dressing will be available for you for up to 3 to 5 days. So I'm going to make it in this, the NutriBullet. And I don't know, you guys probably want me to measure, maybe. Some of you are quite okay with the fact that I hardly ever measure, but I'm going to go ahead and measure it just for my own sake too, because lately I've kind of been making things and I long to be able to recreate it. So what I do lately is I do jot down what I'm doing so that we can recreate some of these goodies. So a 1/4 cup of oil, say this is a small orange and a regular lemon. And we got vitamin C. We cannot, our bodies can't produce vitamin C. It's up to us to add vitamin C every day. I don't know about you, but sometimes I forget and I need to remind myself. So let's remind each other that we need to add vitamin C in. So we have our orange. And this is giving us the beautiful liquid, beautiful sweetness, beautiful flavor. It's going to go really nicely with the other vitamin C components. And the lemon for some tart. Now, if you don't happen to have fresh citrus on hand, please feel free to use apple cider vinegar. That would be amazing with this. In fact, I might add a splash of that. Or I've been loving coconut vinegar. It's really strong. It's a new product, and it's amazing. So, good catch. So, here we go. The black pepper, I just remember my grandmother's, but I think she used to open packets of something, like Lipton, I don't know, something. She was always opening packet, and her sweetener of all things was Sweet and Low. I mean, that was like her thing, making low sugar. She did the Weight Watchers when she was like 60. She lost like 60 pounds, and she was always on a diet, but in the end, I can tell you, my grandma was not all that healthy. I mean, she lived to 84, but I really think that the Diet Cokes and the Sweet and Low and all that stuff, the diet sodas, whatever, this is, how many teaspoons of Schisandra? 2 teaspoons of Schisandra. Gage measured it out for me. So that's a lot, but that's gonna make it nice, and let's go for it. Powerful. So the thing is, it's not how long we live, and it's not how skinny we are, it's how healthy we are, how vibrant we are, how much well we can move around, how fluid we are. And I can say that my dad, Herbie, is 86. At 85, he developed this lifestyle, this way of eating, and he has no more aches and pains. And my grandma at 84 was not moving around a lot. She definitely didn't drive like Herbie is, and she wasn't definitely not moving around. Her life became smaller. It was like 2 packs of Sweet and Low, a whole lot of news, a whole lot of fear, and then your world just keeps getting smaller. And now Herbie's life is expansive. He doesn't have to limit what he does due to aches and pains. So expansion is such a beautiful word, and when we start to notice, we all go into contracting ways. Sometimes we need to contract, but it's nice to know that we can expand again, and the way we can do that is with way better health. And I definitely didn't put everything in here, getting ahead of myself. So there we go. I'm going to add maybe half of this pint of raspberries. Let's see what it does flavor-wise. And what kind of, I'm going to show you my different sweeteners so you can get an idea of the different things in my cabinet. We have some choices, a lot of choices. Okay, so if you want to be low glycemic, if you're concerned about having too much sugar in your diet, you're trying to combat an overgrowth of yeast, you just want to be careful about not feeding parasites. There's plenty of people who eat all fruit and they cut out the fat and they detoxify themselves. This is not a statement on which diet you should follow or which sugars you should use. I'm showing you the things that are available under, that work under my umbrella. You can have your own. Coconut nectar, really great, low glycemic. I'm not saying no glycemic, so if you have diabetes, obviously you'd want to be careful. It's very thick, it's very syrupy. It's great for something like this. We have Yukon syrup, which is low glycemic as well. I think even lower than coconut nectar for sure. It has a lot of, it's a prebiotic, so it helps our body develop healthy flora in our systems. So this is a root from Peru that they kind of process into a syrup. This combined with another sweetener is a wonderful low glycemic alternative. I usually don't use this all by itself. I'll use a little stevia and a little bit of coconut sugar. Now this is coconut sugar from Divine Organics, and this came as a surprise because it's a paste. I was expecting granules. I also have coconut sugar that's in granule form. Both are beautiful. So that's not low glycemic, but it's smooth, it's creamy, and deliciously sweet. 100% pure organic Thai coconut sugar. So that's a nice option for this. There is another product called Lakanto, which is like low guo, like a plant, and it's got monk fruit, and this is a 0-calorie, 0 glycemic. So for those of you who have diabetes, this is a little bit more on the expensive side, so a little bit at a time, but I think this is a wonderful option if you need to be 0 glycemic, Lakanto, okay? And of course we have the honey. A lot of you 100% vegans are not interested in using honey. From time to time you'll see me using local, this is from Malibu, and pure local raw honey. A titch of that is gorgeous, especially with raspberries. And that's what I have to say about the sweeteners. Have I forgotten anything? Stevia comes in liquid form. It's been processed out of a bottle. I use a dropper bottle a lot. The most pure form of stevia, which is 0 glycemic, is actually just the plant, the stevia plant, ground up. Can you see if I'm still on? Make sure I have enough room or whatever. Okay, so stevia powder is very, very potent. I never ever use stevia alone. I'll use stevia with a little bit of coconut sugar, or stevia with a little bit of yacon coconut sugar. There you go, there's my little thing on the sweet. So now we have this. This is so beautiful, and I'm gonna put a couple pinches of salt. I'm going to put in, what sweetener am I gonna use? You wanna know? I don't know, I'm gonna decide. I'm feeling the honey. The other honey on this counter is by Pacifica, Honey Pacifica, and it's got habanero in it, and that just makes me really happy. But I'm not feeling like this one needs to be spicy. It's gonna be peppery, black pepper. Grandma style. She didn't add spicy food. She didn't have spicy food. And then I'm gonna blend. And then I'm going to chop onions and mix it in. And the more it sits, the more beautiful it tastes. So I didn't have the honey. I'm going to do a tablespoon. How do I know? I just know. But you do it to taste. That's the idea. You're going to be creative in your own kitchen. I was at the gym today thinking, I need to make, what am I going to make today? I need to make pink food. I felt like I needed pink food, and I didn't plan on it, and here it is. It's pink. It's tart. So I'm going to teach you how to flavor balance. It's the Schisandra and the berries. It needs some salt, so we'll put in some salt. It needs a little more sweet, and it's got the lemon. It's so beautiful. I would add a little bit more olive oil, a little bit of salt, and a little bit more honey. So that's like 2 tablespoons. And this is gonna last a while. Okay, and a little bit of, I could add a little bit of coconut sugar, stronger, and then, what did I say? Olive oil. And that should fix us. Somebody asked me, what about fat? Like if you're trying to lose weight. And I would ask you, if I were with you, I would say, well, what do you eat? You know, what are you eating that's not under this umbrella? That's the stuff we need to be concerned about, more than how much raw food, beautiful whole food fat we eat. If you use the fat as a carrier to eat the leafy greens, you're going to be fine. And it's different for everybody. Everybody has a different body mass index. Everybody has a different level of activity, different needs. I find that at times when I'm writing and doing more mental, using my brain a lot more, I need more fats. And when I'm exercising more, it's different. I need more carbohydrates. It's perfect. Now all it really needs is the onion. So I'm gonna cut that up. It's beautiful. And we're getting so much Schisandra in, which is just so incredibly good for us. So I feel really good about this vitamin C power-packed salad dressing. I would put it over romaine with walnuts or pine nuts. There we go. I'm gonna put some more black pepper in, and I'm gonna shake it up, and then we can call it a day with the salad dressing and move on to the next, who knows what I'm going to make. I have no idea, but I'm just looking at this gorgeous fresh purslane and thinking, I want to use that with avocado and onions. It would be like a purslane, it could be like a purslane guacamole. That might be the next recipe. I never know until I just sit here and commune with the vegetables. It's kind of like when I'm sitting in a house, in a room, and I know what colors the walls need to get painted or what furniture needs to be put in, but you need to sit in the room to feel it out. You can't just never see the room and know what you're going to do. It's the same thing with food. You can just sit there and look at it and wait until you get inspiration. Okay. Another spoon. All right, there we have it. It's beautiful, it's pink, it's happy, it's delicious. I love you guys. Get your greens on, and I'll see you in the next video.